Hi, this is Zach with Colorado Property Partners here in a project we got done in Greeley recently. Turned out pretty nice. We have it under contract. Should be able to sell it here in about 3 weeks. But wanted to put a video up of kind of what can go wrong in a project. A lot of times we see a lot of videos from other investors or online folks that do this industry, and they talk about all the good things that can happen, all the money you can make. Well, this is an example of how it can go wrong, even though this project turned out really well. It took us a while to sell. I had it under contract earlier in March and didn't close until June, so under contract for about 3-4 months. And then took us a little bit longer to rehab, and I lost a contractor. He had some issues with some law enforcement and got picked up. Stopped returning my phone calls. We had demoed the house, and I'd paid him about 15 grand, and I completely lost contact with him. So I lost about 10, 12 grand right out the gate to a contractor that just kind of bailed on the project. Got another guy in to work on the house, and that cost me more money. A new contractor in the work that I was used to producing with the one contractor was not the same, so I ended up spending more money and got a little bit of a subpar product from what I'm normally used to producing. And then during the time that I had it under contract or under rehab, because it took a little bit longer, the market changed on me. When I had good comps, had about 415 at the beginning of the year. Well, the market shifted, and by the time we got to listing the property on the MLS, we were able to list it at $400,000. So I'd spent more money on the rehab. Now I've listed $15,000 under what I thought it was probably worth and what we thought we would be able to sell it for. So I'm already going short there, and I was right about break even on this project. Well, then we didn't get any showings, so we had to drop the price a little bit, so we dropped it to $295. Then we get a offer that's a good offer. I'm grateful for that, but it was $2,000 low with an $8,000 concession. So now I've spent another $15,000, $20,000 on the rehab that I wasn't planning on spending, and then on top of that, I am giving close to $10,000 in concession. And then it gets even better. We're going through the rehab or the inspection objection, and inspection came up that it needs some electrical work. And then out under my truck there, we had the sewer line scoped, and it was dirty, so we cleaned out. And then the buyer had their sewer guy come through and look at it, and there's a hole in the line. So now I'm spending another $10,000 to patch the sewer that's underneath my pickup there, and then I'm spending another $5,000 to go ahead and update the electrical that we had missed, mainly because one of my contractors that I trust and does a lot of good work for me wasn't working on the project. So video about what can go wrong. What you think the appraisal is and what your sale price is, two different things. $10,000 concession, popping a rehab budget by about $10,000, $15,000, and then spending another $15,000 on inspection objection items that you weren't accounting for. So kind of good, bad, and ugly there. I'm grateful that this one is under contract and we should have it off the books in a couple weeks. I'm going to be losing about $15,000 on this one. So how it goes from a $35,000, $40,000 profit to a $15,000 loss in the span of about 2-3 months. So the real estate flip game, definitely not for the faint of heart. I can emphasize the importance of running your numbers, being conservative on rehab estimates, and controlling what you can control, because there's a lot of things in this game that are really difficult to control when you are the investor. So if you have any questions, you want to talk about, you want to see what the real numbers look like on this one, more than happy to share it, but wanted to put a video up of what a rehab that doesn't go well looks like. Still a fantastic product at the end of the day, but when it comes to the financials, real dumpster fire. Again, this is Zach. Thanks for taking the time to watch. See you on the next one.